Alright, chat, YouTube, it's Stack Tech time. This time for a little bit of Sultai Living In. This is the list that got third place at the LDXP, and it performed very, very well in the Swiss. I think it ended up going 5-0. So we got 3 copies of Living In to cascade into with our Charlotte's Agent, and then 1 Halo Forger. In case we discarded the Formidable Speaker, then we can go 2 up Halo Forger and cast it out of the graveyard. We got 1 Flare, 4 Force Negation, 4 Subtlety as free counter spells, 4 Endurance as well. Then we got 1 Curator to cycle, 4 Wistfulness for Artifact and Enchantment Destruction, as well as looting. 4 Street Rates for a free looter, 4 Overlords to pick up anything that we need, 1 Sky Turtle for bouncing stuff to see for a Thoughtseize, and then 4 Ents to find any of our forests. Which there are a lot of forests in the mana base, and then the other utility lands are Mistrise Village and Odawara, and a Sick Stupor. Sideboard, we got 2 Inevitable Betrayals for Eldrazi, 4 Mystical Disputes for any of the counter magic matchups, a couple copies of Dismember to stop problematic creatures like Drannith Magistrate, I guess. Harvester of Misery for energy, 3 copies of Foundation Breaker for Rest in Peace or Vexing Bauble, whatever we need to kill. A couple copies of Ashiok for Titan, and then a Culling Ritual for energy as well. Let's give it a shot. I'll keep this. Seems fine. Any green source or Overlord to mill over Living In. Devourer of Destiny. Well, we're going to have a hell of a time in this matchup. Post-board, where we get Inevitable Betrayal, is going to be a little bit better. I think game 1 is going to be real rough. Dismember, Karn, and a Mine. Welcome back, Bunny. Alright, that's a lot of Overlords in the graveyard. Not great. Trust me when I say you didn't want to see Blue Hammer. Chalice on 1. Resolves. Good Chalice. I mean, they don't know what we're playing, I guess. Just kind of funny. Yeah, they're going to know now. I wonder if they take Sky Turtle. I'd imagine it's one of these two, but they could take Sky Turtle. Taking Subtlety. Okay. What version of Ooh should I play? Probably not Miracles. I like the Narset version, I think, the most out of the ones I played. The Narset version felt a little bit better than without Narset. Well, you did it. I have Cozy for 2. Maybe I wait and play around the Cozy for 2. Then we can Subtlety something. Like this Thought Knots here. We have another Cozy, and then we're in the same position. Oh, wow. I messed this up. I think what I should have done was Subtlety the Shardless Agent first, put it on top, and then mill over it with the Overlord, then pick it back up so I guarantee myself a blue card to pitch the Force Negation. I think I messed that up. Give me these foundation breakers. Give me these inevitable betrayals. Take the living end out. I blew it. Ruined. Botched. I think endurance is pretty bad then. I like consult more. I think consult fits in your curve a little bit better. But I don't know. Consult's also a little bit clunkier at 4 mana compared to 3. I either play 2 Mystical Disputes or I play 2 Ashioks. I think you should play 2 Jace. I think Jace is good. You're just gonna play the 1 Jace. Jace actually carried so much. Jachache. I don't know if I'm supposed to Overlord or if I should Wistfulness. I think it's Wistfulness. So I want to give myself a chance to find Force Negation. Karn. 0 or minus. Grab Chalice or Graveyard Hate. Coding. Yeah, makes sense. I think the best Super Shredder brew was probably Brood Scale. But I haven't tried Mono Black Eldrazi with Super Shredder yet. It's on my list. Yeah, Karn can get it back. But I mean, at least it gets them to use a Karn. I don't get Stone Rain. Kinda need to draw a land. Takes my Wistfulness, minuses the Karn, grabs the Coding. Or do they grab Graveyard Hate? They grabbed a Trinisphere. Foundation Breaker. Well, surely they'll do nothing scary with 10 mana. Right? I love all the filter lands. I think the filter lands are so sweet. Let's have a look ski. What you got in here? Guess I'll take your sire. I think I've played Firelit Thicket the most. Because I used to play Kiki Chord. And I would play Firelit Thicket to filter green mana into red for Kiki Jiki. I think that's the one I played the most. Or maybe it's Sunken Ruins. Because I used to play Sunken Ruins in Control back in the day. What are they going to grab here? I don't know if they have a good answer to Sire of 7 Deaths. Sundering Titan, my lands. I think it's also an 8/7. Or it's a 7/10. I actually had no idea what the stats on this card were. 7/10. Okay, well. Go. my Shardless Agent. I mean, they kind of can't attack me. Hmm. I mean, in the Filterland's defense, it kind of, if this were any other land, it would have just gotten blown up by Sundering Titan. Another Devourer, so they're going to try to triple block. I'm surprised they didn't triple block. And they do have one of those in their deck as well. This isn't getting much easier. Still don't think they can attack, though. I have a Kozilek's command for 7. Okay. I'm dead. There's not a lot of lands. I think we unjuke here. I wasn't super impressed with Inevitable Betrayal. I think his hand's okay. Has a lot of artifact hate, which I think is important in this matchup. Gonna go Mortuary into blow up Chalice into blow up Trinisphere or something. Ideally. I think we graveyard the Sky Turtle. Also blow up a map of theirs. They're not an E-Temple map, so maybe I don't want to blow it up. Just take Wistfulness. My Wisty. Now they took Forced Negation. I guess that means they have a Karn follow-up. Well, that was a good draw. I think I'm just doing that now, yeah. Yo, Merc, thank you for the prime. Appreciate ya. Yata, top deck. Now this is a 2-turn clock, and I don't think they're going to be able to cast anything too scary. I think it's a fine enough living end as well. Because they're probably trying to set up for Karn if they took Force Negation. Now this Karn's not going to do much of anything. They could like Karn for a bridge, but then the bridge is going to pop. Thanks again for a little bit over a year, Merc. Welcome back, welcome back. Passes. We got a Cozy command. I think we just leave up Odawara. Grabs an Eldrazi Temple. Scoop. I guess they were trying to draw to Allah's Dust as an out. The Pro Tour sounds kind of sweet. I really want to go to Japan, especially since I studied Japanese for 3 years back in high school. So I know a little bit of the language, enough to get by, I think. Ragavan. We have been grinding the stream pretty hard lately. Probably good for me to take a day off anyways. Don't want to burn myself out. And Wraith Sky Turtle. I think I actually just take a Street Wraith. I could take the Sky Turtle, but I think the Street Wraith's a little bit better here. I'm just going to maximize my chance of hitting Shardless Agent. Japan POV videos. I watched this, I just don't really watch it, but there's like this Japan food review channel that pops up on my YouTube shorts all the time. I watch some of his videos. It's got a very monotone voice. I think it's like Tasty Japan is his name or something. I think we pass with endurance up here. Maybe it's like Japan Eats. Elegant Parlor Surveil. Want to buy one Shardless Agent. It's a very slow draw from energy. Kind of surprising. Maybe they're looking to not overcommit here. Into said living end. Alternatively, they're trying to get me good with Blood Moon. Guide Souls, yep. I know we didn't do the standard challenge today. We could play the standard challenge on Wednesday. I don't know what I want to play in the standard challenge other than Green White Gear Hulk. Sounds kind of fun though. How do I draw a Shardless Agent? Guess I just go surveilling. Jeskai Airbending. We'll probably play Jeskai Airbending between rounds. I'm not sure I'm confident enough in that deck to be able to register it in a challenge, but I could play some in a league. I got forces. The Ragster. Mm-hmm. I don't have good attacks here, so yeah, I just pass. I think we just grab it under City Sewers. Shardless Agent. Overlord. Okay. Guess I should have cycled the Generous Hint first. I may still do that. I just cycle the Generous Hint and pass the turn. I think that's a little bit better. That way I can go Overlord and Shardless Agent all in the same turn. I get to leave up Flare of Denial and second Endurance. What I should have done was cycle the Generous Hint and then untap Overlord, look for Shardless Agent. But I did find an Overlord on top. Definitely a mistake on my part. Taking a lot of damage here. I could Endurance to ambush one of these, or I could let them go to main phase 2 and cast Goblin Bombardment or Blood Moon or whatever. Then just flare it. But I really like ambushing this Ragavan. So I think we do it. And just try to dodge whatever they have in their hand. Yeah, I would say that challenges are pretty much F&M as well. It's like F&M at home, but they are more competitive than F&M. I would probably say that challenges are at like RCQ level. No Bomba. I think challenges are like RCQ. Maybe a little bit harder than RCQ. Bye, Graveyard. I'll remember you. Uh-oh. I sadly do not get to cycle the Street Wraith. Alright, I think we might be okay. Don't cycle Street Wraith. That's good advice. Pause champ. I think I have to counter that. Or maybe I didn't have to counter that. I got a subtlety every turn of the game. Ginger, thank you. Appreciate the raid. Hope you had a wonderful standard challenge stream. Ginger also banned you for pointing out his mistake. Damn, Ginger's banning everybody. Good for you. Finally, somebody's got to take a stand against these pesky Twitch chatters. Ask the generous end. Go. Nothing suspicious here. Just trying to get my food token. Trust me, opponent. I have nothing. You should attack your Ragavan into my generous end and then escape your Flage. That's kind of bad for me. Don't block. Tempting. Cycle Street Wraith. Tempting. Let me think about that. What are the best 3 decks in Mod in your opinion? Energy, Titan, Affinity. Anyways, they should ban Kozilek's Command. That seems like a pretty good draw. Anybody else think they should ban Kozilek's Command? I think they should. I am out of targets. Eh. Well, I put myself in a precarious position now, didn't I? Save your food token. You're my only hope. Kind of scared of Arena into Voice of Victory. I guess they could also have Ranger Captain into something like Ranger Captain Ragavan. I'm dead to another Flage, and that's fine. No, 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 no. Oof. I should have hasted that in the flow to the haste mana. Because if they draw in a Voice of Victory, then they could have hasty Voice of Victory it and open a 1 at least. How good are Wistfulness and Overlord? Overlord's pretty solid. Wistfulness is good too. I don't know about Deceit. Halo Forger and Deceit kind of suck. Harvester is a good pickup for this matchup. Same with Culling Ritual. I feel like I want less Force Negations, maybe. I'm good with that. No, no, no. I thought they were going to cast a Flage. If they casted a Flage, the game ends on the spot. I still think that Bant Living End might be better. Just playing Wistfulness and being able to also play Ardent Plea. Definitely can't keep this hand. Or could I? Magic articles aren't like recipe articles. Yeah, but recipe articles are like corny in a good way, you know? Magic articles could be corny too. Oh, the agony. Okay. Nice hit. This is all going well. If I could wait a turn, I could also maybe get this Harvester in my graveyard. See what they deploy this turn, though. Hasty something. Not hasty something. Goes to combat. Okay. Ow. Plays a Spyro. Okay. I think that's fine. I could discard some creatures here, but then the Harvester's going to be pretty good again. Lage. Yeah, I think I'm going to wait a turn. Try to get this Harvester in the graveyard. It'd be even better if they escape Flage, but I don't expect them to escape Flage. I also have the Raven Charm. Second is Johnny. So, if I kill the first Ajani, I'm gonna be one Ajani in the graveyard, not two. I can't have him have two in the graveyard, so I think I kill the first Ajani here. If they have two, that's when it flips. No, I don't want both of them to be in the graveyard. I only want one of them to be in the graveyard and one of them to be in play. I'll also subtlety this one. Because if both of them are in the graveyard, when I cast the Living End, then both of them come back, and then one of them flips. Ban cards that cause Lex Command into Johnny while also targeting something that impacts the meta without killing Amulet Titan. I think they should just unban cards, but I've been saying this for a while. I definitely think they should just unban cards. Looks like they have the Raven Charm. What can I do about the Raven Charm? Not a lot. I can wait until 5 mana and then Deceit. But I think I'm gonna die if I wait any longer. Don't do it. Don't Raven Charm me. No. Alright, well, now I think we got a Subtlety. Pitching Force Negation and then Subtlety the Shardless Agent back on top of my deck. Doesn't do a lot though. It gets me at 3-3, then this 3-3 just immediately dies anyways. I think I might just be dead to Hasty Flage. Now that I think about it, right? Because, yeah, this Flage has haste. Okay. Yeah, I can't do anything about that. I need to find an Endurance, I think. I could have held the Subtlety for when they hasted the Flage, but I still have no board. Blanchett, thank you for the problem in 23 months. Appreciate ya. Thank you, thank you. Reading pool tapped, go. His hand has everything we've ever wanted. 3 lands and a Shardless Agent. Ragster. Guide of Souls. I don't think they're gonna overcommit here. Into Ragavan. I feel like they're just gonna attack for 1 and pass. Overlord. I think I just Overlord here. Think we just slam Living In? I don't know if the... I mean, is that good enough? I guess it just buys me a lot of time. Alright, we'll try it. Try playing around the Raven Charm. Subtlety the Shardless Agent. I don't think I need to do that. I think I'm cooked at Blood Moon regardless. I think that's fine. Discards a Goddess Souls and a Spyro. Oh wow, no blocks. No blocks is kind of wild, but I guess I get it. It's kind of a tough one to navigate. No Jambi. What's a Johnny on top? No Jambi. What's a Johnny on the bottom? We got their chat. Infinite Johnnies. Or Infinite Subtleties. Got the job done. I think we just send him the whole squad now, and then we're going to play Speaker and grab another Subtlety. Actually, I should have discarded Overlord. I think. Didn't matter. I saw that card, Trav. What was that card called? It was together as one 6 mana sorcery. Target player draws X cards, deals X damage to any target, and then you gain X life or X's number of colors and mana spent to cast the spell. I wonder why it's a 6-drop though. Or is there gonna be a secret 6th color of mana? Is it finally time, chat? Color number 6. Yeah, wasn't I don't know what's costed at 5 for 6 rather than 5. We're gonna get a new color. It's the only explanation. I feel like they could have nerfed it a little bit and put it at 5. Should have cycled the Street Wraith. I clicked through it too fast. Well, now I suppose I could go Speaker instead. Have a 1. I think they have a 1 and a Force Negation. Alright. That seems pretty good. I think that was kind of greedy by them. Surely they had Counterspell in their hand, right? Or some sort of counter magic. It's 1 card on top. Fatal pushes my endurance. My endurance. Okie dokie. Bye bye, one Shutong. Mystical's feat seems great. I don't know if I need Wistfulness. I guess I kind of like Wistfulness just to be able to like hardcast a threat in the late game. Maybe I just cut Street Wraith. Let's try cutting Street Wraith. I think Street Wraith is fine though. It's a pretty slow hand, but I think we try it. I'm gonna let them fetch, and I'm gonna fetch afterwards so that way I can play round 1. Just broke my Magic Online. I cut my Swamp Walkers against the Swamp deck. Dang nabbit. Yeah, 1 Spider-Man's probably fine. Something else I was thinking about. Initially, when I built this deck, I had like 4 Formidable Speakers and 4 Deceits and 1 Spider-Man. 1 Man Spider. Rakshasa's Bargain. don't know if it's right to force there, but I think forcing there is okay. Let's do this and then surveil. Oh, okay. Guess I'm getting an endurance, whether or not I want to get an endurance. I'm also out of surveils. I think I just have a breeding pool left, and that's about it. Ouch. I think I'm gonna play Mistrise Village and flash in an uncounterable endurance. The biggest punish against two Bowmasters. Put land and Edict in the graveyard. I don't think Rashas's bargain's great. It's a lot of Bowmasters. Plan F. Cast a Generous Hint. Subtlety, pitching Logic Knot. My Generous Hint. I think I'll leave it on top. I just cast it again next turn. Counterable Generous Hint. Forgive my blasphemous. Damn, they knew they had the counterspell on top. Gross. They drew some good ones. Me, not so much. I guess I have to Wistfulness and try to hit Charles Agent. They're gonna Archer me. Drew a whole lot of freaking nothing. Damn. There was so much nothing. I'm surprised they subtlety that Generous Ant, but then they ripped Counterspell on the wand. It was like really good for them that they did that. Maybe I wasn't supposed to force a negation the Rakshas's bargain. I just keep this and put back the living in and hope to get there. I don't think this hand's super great. Mistrise Village helps a little bit. I think I'm supposed to. I think I'm supposed to cycle both of these for Surveil and Untap land. Well, I don't have Wan Chitong up. So I'm gonna get Forest and Hedge Maze. Could have held the Ode of War in my hand, I guess. I was thinking I was gonna get Surveil, but I can only grab one Surveil since we already have the Underground Mortuary here. So I should have held this Ode of War and played a Forest instead. My turtle. No. My opponent's a fool. They think I have anything at all. You're sorely mistaken. All right, now we top deck Charlotte's Agent. No problem. Yep. Speaker would be good too. Endurance them. Get rid of that cling. Bargain. They banned a subtlety and a bowmasters. Well, that's probably not good for me. You know, I should have played an island here. I think having flash threats in general is pretty decent against a control deck. Landlord. Feels lands, man. How are you floating? I don't know. Maybe I should have subtlety that. My Mistrise Village? How dare you? Do I have a basic swamp in this list or no? Nope, we just have a forest and an island. I think I try to ambush one of these bowmasters. And subtlety my subtlety. Hey, yeah. Put it at the bottom. Other endurance. Let's get rid of their cling. Save me, Overlord. Wait, I fetched poorly. Oh, shit. Oops. Thought I had double black already. Alright, don't pay attention to that. Overlord, don't appear. Speaker. Carm. Well. I think I just passed. That was really bad that I fetched double black. I was kind of like an Overlord. But with extra steps. Okay, well, I can cast everything in my deck. Maybe I should be attacking them and then trade subtlety for an endurance. I don't know. That seems kind of poor. Let's go get our double black and surveil. It's good if I can. Like a wistfulness. Is that good? Not really. Huh. Yeah. I'm just gonna bin it. I don't know. It's really close, but I'm afraid I'm having some sort of graveyard hate. And things going poorly for me. I think I just want Overlord and like wistfulness and things to hard cast. Fickle, I know, right? Just can't decide what I want. I'm gonna start swinging. Whatever happens from here happens. Hmm. Well, that's a bummer. My black source. How am I supposed to cast a freaking Overlord now? Bet you wish you had that agent now. Hmm. Touche, Twitch chatter. Touche. Imagine on subtleting the shield edict. Shit, you're right. They're passing the turn. Okay. Speaker's not bad. Dare you to play speakers at 2-4. Well, guess we're playing speakers at 2-4. I don't really have a choice. Yeah, the grind of the Sultai no Cascader game is crazy. It's so anemic looking, but it gets the job done. Oh boy, Ugin's lab. So I guess I'm gonna go Overlord and then Formidable Speaker, discard Living End, tutor up Halo Forger. Reek in the flesh, are we? So awkward. Alright, don't play Karn, please. That's fine. At least it wasn't Karn. I take my speaker. Bye bye, buddy. Alright, Charlotte's agent off the top. Oh, I didn't think I'd get this far. I think I want to pitch another endurance too. Do I? Should I wait a turn? Is that greedy? That's pretty greedy. Don't really like letting him untap with glowing flesh raker and thought knots here. Let me think. Do I want to pitch this other endurance? I think so. I've also targeted myself with the second endurance. The clock only speeds up by a turn, which is but an extra threat to have them deal with, I think, is good. 6 mana. Uh-oh. Hey, it's Kozilek's command. Aha. I was prepared for you, Kozilek's command. We've kind of been ripping the actual perfects. If they draw a Tron, we're in trouble. So hopefully they don't draw Tron and then pick up an Ugin. Well. Hard cast Wistfulness. Could also evoke it and find free interaction, maybe. Or cheap interaction. Probably the same thing either way. Returns Eugene. So I can go back up to 7 and kill one of my things. I don't know if they're going to survive still, but they did find Tron, so if they draw into another spell, then they could definitely survive. Eats the Wistfulness. Goes back up to 7. No, Fleshraker, why? Pretty bad for me. Damn, hit the no blockers. Hmm. Long live Tron. Ban that guy. Save me, Halo Forager. I think if they can beat this, then they wanted it more. Which is not too hard for them to beat if they find Kozilek's command. They could also return another Ugin. And then cast another Ugin, and then that exiles 2 things. Man, fuck this Ugin card. Yeah. Rip Urborg off the top. That's kind of like Urborg. Dismembering the Street Wraith. Okay. So now I can impend Overlord. Pick up Shardless Agent. I could just pick up Halo Forger, I guess. Wonder if Halo Forager was worse than Charlotte's Agent. Because Charlotte's Agent would have given me another body as a 2-2, which might be relevant. We tried so hard and got so far, but in the end... Yeah, that's why I boarded last time. I'm gonna go with a Betrayal Juke, and then we'll step back from the Betrayal Juke. Game 3, I think. Cast Living End so many times and still died. Ugin's a pretty good card. Let me tell you. Plays around Graveyard Hate, but also like Eldrazi's the matchup where you want to have the inevitable betrayal, excuse me, so that way you can like steal a Sire or Ugin, or not Ugin, Ulamog or Emrakul if they're playing it. English is hard. There's a lot of card names out there. They keep printing more of these. At least they're making it simpler for my boomer brain. So I can just say stuff like skateboard instead of Wan Shi Tong. His hand's fine. Double Devour. Do need some enchantment hate here, artifact enchantment hate, so that I can kill Chalice or Trinisphere, whatever. Mine, K Command, Devour, Ugin's Lab, Ugin, Swamp. Print, Devour. No Chalice. That's a bummer. Artifact hate. Okay. I should have cycled one of these before surveilling again. Keep forgetting to do that. Boom. Keep your Trinispheres, Timmy. Keep them, you can have them. Timmy Spheres. Chat, they're gonna exile my graveyard. Oh, they don't know. They don't know, they don't know, they don't know, they don't know. They could have just waited, they don't know. It's time for inevitable betrayal. Yoink. Oh, yoink. Yeah, they could have just let it go into the stack and then something, something, something. It was all inevitable. Nom 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 nom. Delicious ulamog. Anyways, back to what we were doing game one. Now that we've scared them. It worked so well in game one that it's got to work again, right? I think it's generally correct to juke back and forth like this. Because your opponent will board out all of their large creatures, then you get to play the living end game again, and then maybe they have less graveyard hate. Or the most base today. I'm going to keep this hand. It's slow, but I'm going to keep it. In paper, if you're playing this deck, I would say always just shuffle 15 cards in and then take 15 out. You probably have to do that after every single game. It is a lot of effort, but I think it gives you percentage points to shuffle all 15 in and take 15 out. I started game through with 75 cards in my deck. You'll be fine. You used to do that and then you left a bad card in. Yeah, it's a lot harder. It's a lot more mentally taxing to do it that way. Where the fuck did this dismember come from? Did I accidentally boarded a dismember instead of an endurance? Oh my god. Well, whatever. We have a dismember now. See? This is why you never shuffle all 15 in your deck, chat. Because then you leave bad cards in. How does shuffling 15 help? It prevents your opponent from knowing how many cards you're boarding in and out. Because if you're like taking one out at a time, they can kind of just track how many you're boarding in and out. It's like minor, but important. Oh, that's why I can't cast this anyways. I was like, oh, I can evoke this wistfulness and kill this Trinisphere. -2 life. Oh, good. Yeah, it might be a problem. Abs a coding. Force negation on this coding is not even good. It is all bad. Well, whatever, we're gonna exile this Trinisphere. If they want to pick the Trinisphere back up, at least I'm not getting coding. I can like Overlord pick Wistfulness back up. They hit Tron. Well, what the fuck? And they have another Trinisphere? Well, what the fuck? I'm displeased by this. Also displeased by that draw. Trinisphere. The bane of my existence. I don't even know what I can do to win this game anymore. Yeah, I don't have a Force of Vigor. But even if I had Force of Vigor, I'd have to do it in like upkeep. I mean, their hand was like pretty ideal for hitting us out, I think. Turn 2 Trinisphere, turn 3 Karn. Get coding. Pretty gross. And a Stone Brain living in. Alright, we're on the beatdown plan. Anyways. Ban this Kozilek's command card. They're taking my Wistfulness. Okay, sure. I do have Foundation Breaker in the deck still. That hurts quite a bit. Thanks a lot, Big Cat. Ruining our potential 5-0. Mods ban that guy. Mods also ban K command too while you're at it. Okay. So now I need to find a foundation breaker. I'm not gonna live long enough to find a foundation breaker. Damn you, card. He lacked hope and yet he persisted. Somehow. No, I'm gonna flash in the subtlety. I'm gonna start beating down this card. Chad, I'm not saying we win these, but I think we win these. Yeah, this is a dub. They're not beating my hand. It's too crazy. Torpor Orb 2. Okay. They didn't attack. Foundation Breaker. Chat, we win these. It's a 3-mana 2/2. I don't know why they didn't attack. Not attacking seems a little loose here. I must admit. Oh, you knew I had this. Oh, that's right. I don't have an ETB. Gosh dang it. Ruined by Torpor Orb. Maybe I thought Devour had reach. I actually forgot about Torpor Orb for a second. I was like, alright, well. I don't think I have outs anymore. I mean, it doesn't matter. I can't beat that. Regardless of whether or not I remembered about the Torpor Orb. I could block and then, I don't know, die. Okay, well. Trinisphere, Torpor Orb, OP. Prediction time, chat. Where are you going to DC? I think it depends on how expensive the trip's going to be for me. Because if it's going to be hella expensive, probably not. Also depends on how I do at the Pro Tour. How do I want to sequence this? Tell Christian to carry me at the PT, and then I can make the DC trip. Oh, that seems pretty good. If I just want to cycle End. Job, if they have Gobbo Barm, I'm gonna die. Could have subtlety that, maybe. But I also Sky Turtle to bounce it. Skirtle. I think I just hold up the Sky Turtle here. Fetch Island in case of Blood Moon. Nah, they're not gonna Blood Moon me. But yeah, I should have. But yeah, they're not gonna Blood Moon me. No shot. No chance. Look at that. Third Sacred Foundry. That doesn't look like Blood Moon. Spiral on top. Take my subtlety back. Thank you very much. Another Overlord. I think I just grab a Water Grave. This is probably good enough to win the game. The Ent do be generous, though. Trigger. Ward 2. Man, that's such a bad turn from them. Spending the entire turn to kill a Sky Turtle, and getting beaten down for 10. I think Jund Living End was fun. I think outside of Jund Living End became a lot less fun. But Jund Living End was super fun. It's okay, doubters. I'll forgive you. After I steal your channel points, but I'll forgive you. Jund Living End played like Monstrous Scarab, I think it's called. Monstrous Carabid. And Pale Recluse. And Deadshot Binotaur. And Demonic Dread. Carabid, that's what it was. And of course you had your Violent Outburst. Some of them were playing like Glass Dust, but a little bit different. Yeah, Colony Garden for the Demonic Dread. Instant Cascade, it deals 4 damage to target creature. I don't remember that card. It definitely had Architect's Will in it also. Harvester, Culling Ritual. I don't know if I want Dismember. I'm gonna say I don't want Dismember. Just got 2 Street Raids and call it a day. Muddle. I wish this was my 7. A 7 would have been great. Maybe I should put back Speaker. I think Wistfulness Overlord stuff is probably good enough to get me the card advantage I need. Without having to go all in on Formidable Speaker. I think I'm gonna get Island and then cycle the Generous and grab a Forest maybe. Then grab Water Grave Wistfulness. Depends on what they cast here. If they cast a Goblin Bombardment, I could pop it with Wistfulness next turn. But then I can't grab Island. A Jamba. Le Bomba. Voice of Victory. I got my basics in case of Blood Moon. That card doesn't do anything here. And do I Wistfulness or do I Overlord? Maybe I just Overlord. So I can keep the green card in my hand also. Joverlord. It's Joverlord. Now I get to play the game on their turn, so I can just F6 here. Thanks, Voice of Victory. You're a real pal. Jaldamort. Not being able to evoke Wistfulness is kind of awkward. If they Blood Moon me, or I guess just not even for green at all. They play like a Goblin Bombardment. It's a bit awkward. You who mustn't be sauceless upon this fine day. I was having a hard time figuring out what to do. Opponent's so relatable. Hasty Spyro. This card's Johnny. They also did use their Arena of Glory already. They could have a surgical extraction if they... Surgical living in here. Surgical would be pretty bad for me. But I guess if they surgical, I could endurance myself. Okay. Yatta. We've done it. Seems kind of hard for them to beat. Yeah, I suppose if they did have the surgical, then I could have endurance myself, shuffled the living in back in, then cast the living in. I still just gotten one endurance back. It's cool. So we barely lost our trophy to E-Tron. I think this deck's really nice. Another thing I might consider is playing a basic swamp, but then again, you have like 2 black cards you actually care about. I guess 3 black cards you actually care about. So I don't know. I think this deck's good. It's pretty boring though. Destroying Consign Smile. I think Living End's probably better than Goryo's. It's hard to say though, because Goryo's is very polarizing. Either does nothing or crushes. And the Living End build, now that it's Sultai, seems a lot more resilient than older builds of Living End. So I think Living End would be better than Goryo's. This deck is kind of boring to play though, I will say that. Not exactly the most thrilling gameplay. Manino approved gameplay, however. I haven't played the old one. I have a build on here that has...
Have you
Bing
peeked?
bong, bing bong, bing bing bong.
Have you peeked?
You're a third-rate duelist.
I can't take it anymore!